This isn't a story about winning or losing. This isn't the story of a player or a coach. It's not about being happy or sad. This is the story of enjoying the moment, taking advantage of one opportunity, having one chance to do what's right and not miss. Master the momentum. In a junior college program, 3 months is all these boys have to play and to build a portfolio to transfer to a 4-year university. In this documentary, we follow the season of the Lazers soccer team in the fall of 2021. Like all college athletics in the United States, Onondaga Community College requires its athletes to be on campus 1 month before the season begins. After a year without playing due to a worldwide pandemic, OCC men's soccer team enters the field. Again, for another season.
This season started August 9th of 2021. We came in with some double sessions and meetings and things like that. We started very early this year. It was probably the earliest that we've started since I've been the head coach anyways. It was really great coming back. The challenges that we had to get the team together, to, the constant unknown of when we actually might have a season or something could happen was really difficult. But as soon as we were back and we've been in practice and doing things, it's been fantastic.
Even though it's good to be back on the field after a year away from the beautiful game, the intense preseason that coaches demand from their athletes is still difficult, and the players feel it better than anyone else.
The coach made us do a lot of running, a lot of cardio, a lot of ball work. Just getting to know each other as well in pre-season was a challenge at first, because obviously we didn't know everyone.
This year it seems like everybody's on the same page. We're all friends here. I'm really happy with the team spirit and how together we are. Everybody's hangs out with each other. Everybody's friends. There's no outsiders.
With the season progressing, the first scrimmage games arrive, and the team is finally tested after 2 weeks of training.
As much as training with each other and playing against each other in practice can be fantastic, the opportunity to play against someone else definitely shows us as coaches a lot more than what we can see in a regular training session. So we were able to get a friendly against Syracuse FC, and that went very well for us. We played SUNY Oswego as well in our second preseason game. It was a great result for the boys. They came out, they played very well. It was 2-0 for quite a long time. They did pick up a goal late in the game, but finishing 2-1 against a 4-year program that has quite a few returning players, and we're a very new group. It was a really impressive result for our guys on that day.
After winning both games in the preseason, the Lazers team ends the month of August with an annual game known as the Blue versus White game.
The Blue versus White game is one of my favorite days of our preseason. We do this every year. We bring in the team with our coaching staff changes that we've had. We were lucky that Coach Mike, who is part of our women's soccer program here at OCC, was able to step in and help us. And Coach Sean, our assistant coach, who's been with me since day one of when I took over. The game was fantastic. I mean, the game and the competitiveness, but the quality as well of that day was unbelievable.
The Lazers prepare for the first official game against ESF by studying what they did wrong in the previous games.
So right now we are doing the filming stuff before every game. We do that. Our first match is this Saturday. First match. When is the first match? So, yeah.
off with my memory that died. What was the best one?
We're paying attention. Joe and Ziad's commentary will be live. Yeah, he was pretty much just ripping everybody. Okay, stop right there. What do you think? What do we think about the shape of our team? I think these guys are doing a great job. Okay? These guys have given us the numbers that we need. Adam is about to make it predictable for us, and he's going to pressure the ball a little bit as it goes back to the goalkeeper, but really not a huge deal.
The squad's looking pretty good. Been going since August 9th, going into our third week of preseason. A few guys coming back from injury that will definitely make a difference in the squad and should get our first result of the season.
Big week here at Onondaga Community College as the men's soccer team prepare for their first home game against ESF University this Wednesday.
So our first match of the year is against SUNY ESF. SUNY ESF is a 4-year program again, so they are not in our region in junior college. They compete in a different organization than us. But what's fantastic about playing ESF is we've made a competition out of it over the years of OCC men's soccer and ESF men's soccer called the King of the Hill Cup. The King of the Hill Cup is basically the local derby match.
A couple of days away from the King of the Hill game, OCC players have the famous Media Day.
Media Day, all the boys got haircuts, shaved, put their cologne on, and we got to take pictures. Guys brought out their flags. Photographer was nice. We went outside, took a team picture, individual shots.
That's it. We're gonna do it one more time. Last one. You're done.
We have this game that it doesn't have a lot of bearing on our standings at the end of the year, but it does count. You know, it counts for us. It counts for pride for us to win it and be, you know, the top team in Syracuse that we can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first home game for the Onondaga Lazers men's soccer team.
Guys ready to go?
Let's do it! Today we attend your Onondaga Lazers team against the 4-year university Oaks ESF for the King of the Hill Cup.
I thought we were ready for it mentally, even though it was the first game of the season. You'd expect a lot of kids to have to get up to speed immediately and break it, but we were high intensity right from the start. I was very impressed with the mentality that we came out. We knew it was going to be a tough game.
Time running down here in the first half, still scoreless between ESF and Onondaga. And now it's Thomas into the middle for Serhi. And Flint, the last defender back for ESF, and oh, down he goes! And that could very well be a penalty kick, and yes, the referee has indeed signaled for one, with time running down here in the first half. Captain David Bosak is prepared to take the penalty.
So then that was a great time to score. You know, you can go in half-time, reevaluate how we play. Obviously the goal was going to change that, so we were ready to go out and, you know, continue to be on the front foot. And I think it took about a minute. They had a corner, it got cleared. Thomas played me in on the counter-attack, and yeah, I got my goal, of which I was, you know, buzzed with.
goal by the Welsh player Caio Hughes, who scores his first goal in American soil. It's 2-0 Lazers. And OCC enters the second half with the tank full of gas. They're all over ESF right now, and a third goal might very well be on their way.
I went in to take a corner kick. My buddy Cisco let me know he's going far posts. That's where I put it. And man, he ripped the back of the net. Oh! 3-0, game done, we celebrate. Man of the match, easy decision for coach, was Francisco, our Minister of Defense in the back. Clean sheet, goal on his debut, the third one that sealed the game. No one on the field deserved it more.
Listen, we're going to give the trophy to our man of the match tonight. I think it was well earned, right? Clean sheet in the back and a goal. And a goal. Cisco.
It's the next day here at Onondaga Community College and the first day of classes for the players and students on the Laser team.
Primeiro dia de aulas, já estou atrasado. Mas também é o primeiro dia de aulas, por isso os horários ainda não estão certos. Como podem ver, a escola está vazia, ou seja, sou o único atrasado. Um bocado estranho este frio gigante, porque é 1 de setembro, ou seja, é suposto ainda estar calor. Mas pronto, agora tenho matemática. Tenho matemática em mais 4 cadeiras este semestre.
While the players attend their classes, head coach Fonseca takes a little time to explain where his team competes in the National Junior College Athletic Association, known as the NJCAA.
NJCAA Region 3 is the organization that we compete in. Within that organization, there's about 20 teams, depending on the year. But that's the conference that we compete in that will qualify us for the national tournament. The national tournament would be all the different regions across the country, but within our region, we have the Mid-State Athletic Conference. Within that region, that's our specific conference that we compete in as well. That is also always one of our goals. Can we win a conference championship? But more importantly, when we look at Region 3, can we advance out of Region 3 and then get ourselves into the national tournament?
With just 2 days between games, the Lazers prepare for the first regional game by doing what all athletes fear the most.
An ice bath is what we use for recovery if your body's not feeling great after a training session the day after. It's just what we use for recovery, so it does help our bodies after a hard training session, especially in this heat.
I think it's all about momentum, especially in college soccer, because it's such a short season. You have to pick up them wins early, and starting off with a win and a trophy, it just sets the standards. So then going into our next game, we know what we're capable of. We know we've got that win, and we're more confident to achieve more.
This is Supermix, Onondaga's Campus Connection. I hope you're having a good Saturday so far. If you're on campus, take a little time today to go support the OCC men's soccer team as they face their first region opponent, Niagara Community College, at the Lazers Stadium at 3 p.m.
The first game was against Niagara Community College. Again, another tough one. We didn't really know what to expect in terms of the quality of opposition.
We weren't sure what we were walking into, and that's going to be the case for a lot of the teams because there's a lot of freshmen.
First chance to play against a regional opponent. I think a good opponent, team that's going to put us under a little bit today. It's going to test us with what they do with the ball, push the tempo. We do everything we can do like I've already talked about. When we come out of here, we start our regional record with 3 points. Okay, let's go.
We won that King of the Hill Cup game, and that's fantastic, but now we really have to buckle down and focus on our regional opponents. So Niagara being the first one, I think was a great test for us. We knew that the program was headed in the right direction, that they're much better than what they've been in years past.
Come on, lads! Let's go, boys!
You know, we came out, we played well, but they were a competent opponent for sure.
I think we scored within 10 seconds of the game, which is obviously, it's good.
What a start of the season for the Lazers with an early goal in the first 10 seconds of the game. Portuguese player Martim Silva puts the Lazers in front. Seems like it's going to be a long day for the Niagara team.
You know, our players understanding that all they have is 12, 13, 14 regional games to make it happen. You know, our discipline, our commitment to seeing the game out was evident for sure.
Our team lets it fly and hit the woodwork right side. Adam there for the rebound, yes sir! And it's the second for the white team. Adam Webster makes it 2-0. OCC is on top of the game right now.
Yeah, after Adam scored his goal, made it 2-0, and it seemed like at that point we thought that they would give up, but that wasn't the case. They were strong.
Prime opportunity for Niagara. Bag shot to take this one. To Yule, it's in! And Jay Yule has reduced the Lazers' lead to 1.
And they started attacking. Some decisions didn't go our way, and all of a sudden it's 2-1 down, and they are committing numbers forward. We're in trouble.
Fire. Well done, Sasha. Great save.
Play the time. Yeah. Offside! Yeah! Come on, Sasha! Up and play! Up and play!
So just a lesson for us.
Come on!
For next time, we have to go for the throw. We have to go 3-4-0 up.
Hello! Welcome to America.
A vida na casa. Primeiro de tudo é uma casa só de atletas estudantes, tudo da equipa. Claro que não vive tudo às mil maravilhas, porque somos só rapazes e jovens, claro que há discussões e há desarrumação e nem sempre é tudo a 100%. No geral, estou a gostar da experiência de estar a viver só com rapazes da mesma equipa.
And yeah, if one of us feels down, you know, all we do is just walk into the living room or in the kitchen, and you've got a few of the boys to, you know, make you feel a bit better, crack a few jokes, and yeah, it makes your day more positive.
Happy birthday to you.
It's the next week at Onondaga Community College, and the Lazers have their first away game this Friday. But first, a home game against a team that could cause trouble with their style of playing. In soccer language, it's known as park the bus.
The game against Jefferson Community College was our first conference game of the year. You know, going into that match, understanding that it was going to be a challenge for us to play a different way. To be able to try to break down a group that we knew would be compact and keep a lot of numbers behind the ball would be difficult for us.
Webster on the left side, making the cross off the defender. And we have a call here, and a handball. I'm not so certain about that. And it's going to be a Lazers penalty kick. A huge break for Onondaga. Adam Webster on to take it for the Lazers here on the penalty kick. And yes, sir, he converts left side, his second of the season. Lazers off to the early lead.
Positive day. First conference victory is always important.
It's their third game of the season and third win in a row. The Blues now have to rest and recharge their batteries for the biggest game of the season so far, against Finger Lakes on Friday.
The first road trip of the year against Finger Lakes was a nervy day for sure. I think the team was in good spirits. I think we were excited to actually get out on the road for the first time.
We knew it was going to be a tough one. Doing our research beforehand, they were one of the stronger teams in the conference, and we knew if we'd win this game, then that would set us up very well to go on and win the conference.
You used to call me on my cell phone. They know when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Louder, louder. And I know when they're highlight big. Let's make a new start.
Para uma road trip, cada um tem a sua forma de concentração e do pré-jogo. Claro que há sempre a malta que gosta de estar com os fones e caladinha no seu canto, e há a malta que vai com a coluna em festa.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
I think it was about an hour 30 minutes. You know, you're sitting down, your legs sort of get a bit tight. You get tired on the bus, but it's all about once you're there, once you're warming up, you need to be in the zone and you need to be ready to step on the pitch and execute.
This may be the second best team in our conference this year. This is our chance to go out and prove that we're the first best. Right? Here we go.
Warm-ups to that game was probably some of the best warm-ups that we've had all season. I finished all my chances. Our possession, nobody else could even touch the ball. I mean, you could tell the team was just laser focused.
And it's time. This is the second mid-state conference game for both teams. Last week, the Lakers won against Mohawk Valley 3-2. One of the toughest opponents in the region. It's going to be interesting to see who wins today.
You know, we switched on pretty quickly. We were very successful right from the opening kick.
Passing the ball well, moving it well, and most importantly, we took our chances, something that's been a bit of a pain for us recently.
And Martim had perhaps his best day for us.
Martim scores 3 goals in the first 30 minutes of the game and puts the Lazers on the victory path for the very first away game.
O jogo. Para mim foi bom jogo. Fiquei feliz com os 3 golos.
Yeah, it was one of them games that sort of make or break our season, and we definitely turned up. And when we kept the ball, when we played our own game, when we didn't get sucked in, you know, battles and with the referee and all, I don't think they got anywhere near us.
The Blues stay on top throughout the game and seal it with a 4th goal by Captain David Bosak.
This away game at Finger Lakes, everything we've been working on kind of came together all at once, and it was very reassuring to know that we could score against a good team.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The team achieves its 4th victory of the season and 2nd in the conference with a hat trick of Martin Silva.
And then going back on the bus, you know, the atmosphere was great. Singing, we had some food as well. I mean, that's what it's all about, winning and then enjoying them moments. So it was a great win, and also just being on that bus on the way back was brilliant.
It's mid-September, and the players, in addition to the success on the field, need to have the same success off the field. The first exams are just around the corner, and the Blues feel ready for what's coming.
To do both at the same time, I mean, I've kind of got the hang of it because overall the education is fairly easy compared to back at England. I have settled in pretty quick, but it is a massive demand to keep up with training, games, and just getting homework due in on time. But I love the grind. It's enjoyable to do at the same time as everything else.
Being a student athlete is a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. It is sort of the balance of getting your work done when you can and also preparing and performing in the game.
Acho que é normal falharmos trabalho de casa. É normal porque temos tanta coisa a acontecer neste semestre, com tantos jogos, as viagens, temos de cozinhar, viver sozinhos, é tantas coisas que infelizmente às vezes passa ao lado.
While some players rest, study, and eat, others try to recover for some injuries. Diogo Jorge is a player from Portugal. He's been injured since the beginning of the season and tells us how he feels since then.
Não tem sido fácil, mentalmente é complicado este tipo de lesões, principalmente no tornozelo. Só quero jogar, vês a tua equipa a jogar e tu tens de estar parado, principalmente aqui nos Estados Unidos, que a época é tão curta. Volto hoje para o meu primeiro treino de volta e espero que corra tudo bem.
With Diogo back on the field, the Blues have a tough end of September with 5 games in just 12 days. The team advances to the games against Adirondack, Broome, Erie, Bryant and Stratton, and Fulton with the squad 100% healthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The Lazers team is facing a sequence of 5 games in the next 2 weeks.
Well done!
1 to 90, we was on it. We was playing such good football, goal after goal after goal, you know. It was just one of those moments where we all just clicked.
With a record of 10-0, the OCC team enters the top 10 of NJCAA Division III teams in the country with a whopping 55 goals scored, with only 5 conceded. Players like Martim, Caio, and Captain David Bosak also joined the top 10 players in the nation.
We expect to be here. Even looking at our results early in the season when we were not playing anywhere close to where we're playing right now, I still knew that the potential was there for us to be a really talented group.
We're on this like high wave, flying high, and there's a lot of added pressure on us because we haven't lost a single game yet.
The amount of goals we have is a result of just training with each other every day, and getting to know how one another plays, and then when you step into a game, it just happens naturally.
It's nice to say that you're undefeated. It sounds very good, and especially with our national ranking, we don't want that to drop, so we have to win, and win convincingly if we want to keep getting up.
Bye, 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 bye. Yeah, mate. Come on. Martin can't do it, mate. He's not got the ball.
The cameras are on him.
Come on, it's just here, it's just that into there. Come on, get it in the pocket, mate. Respect.
A lot of guys on this team have come from like across the Atlantic Ocean. They're here, new language, new house, classes that are confusing, but at the end of the day, all we care about is this game, this beautiful game that we get to play 2 games a week, and it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. This is all we have. This season, these 3 months are super important to us, and nothing else matters more.
After an unbelievable sequence of victories, the Lazers will face a team that is also in the top 10 of the country, Mohawk Valley. With a 6-2 record, they travel to Onondaga Hill to play one of the last games in the region.
Mohawk will be a tough game. For me, it's probably going to be one of the biggest games of my life, one of the biggest nights of my life. I have this girlfriend that I've been seeing for a few years now. We're on the same page. Before the game, I think I'm going to ask her a very important question, and I hope she says yes.
Congratulations, everyone.
how good are you guys collectively? This is our field. This is OCC's field, which is you guys, right? We step out there, we mentality, we work together, we hold the shutout, we do the things that we do, and we walk out here with a win, right? That's what we're doing.
Welcome to Chuck Wilbur Field. Today we have a game between your Onondaga Lazers men's soccer team against Mohawk Valley Community College. The Blues come into this game with a phenomenal record of 10 games, 10 wins, and the visitors with a record of 6 wins, 2 losses. And here we go. Referee Michael Bors blows the whistle, and it's the beginning of the game.
I think I always allude to one of my favourite quotes, which is winning is a byproduct of doing many things right. And I think on the day, they did more things right than us.
A corner for Mohawk Valley. Queen A is going to take it. And he's got space, and he scores! A great corner play, and it's the first time this year that Onondaga is behind.
We obviously got outplayed. We didn't look like we were prepared to play in a game that was as competitive as that was going to be.
One-on-one battles, they seemed like they wanted it more.
I think we were outworked that game. It was a real slap in the face for us. I feel like we almost needed that because we were riding this wave of we're invincibles, no one can stop us, we get through it all, no one can touch us, and then that's not the case, right? There's 11 guys in that field that wanted to win on that night more than we did.
It's the end of the winning streak for Onondaga. Mohawk Valley with a 2-0 win at Chuck Wilbur Field and an amazing performance.
It's mid-October, and OCC has 3 more games to go before the regionals. Hudson Valley, Herkimer, and the last conference game against Tompkins Cortland for the conference championship. The team then is again on the road for the rebound against Hudson Valley.
I think the Hudson Valley game going in was probably as good of a game as we could have had at that moment. You know, it was nice to see that we were able to change the flow of the game and create chances.
We knew that Hudson Valley would give us a game similar to Jefferson where they would park the bus, but if you put in 30 crosses, a couple of them are going to fall to somebody's feet. We saw the goal land and scored. I fell to his feet beautifully, and we were waiting for that. I was confident. I knew that eventually the goals would go in.
After a 5-0 victory over Hudson Valley, the Blues improved to 11-1.
Os 2 jogos que nos sobram, deles é para a conferência, o outro é só para o registro. O que não é para a conferência é o jogo contra a Herkimer, que neste preciso momento são o top 2 nacional.
When you look at the fixture list before the season, I think Herkimer is the one that stands out the most. They've won national championships in the past. They're still going to be a strong team this year.
I think we're prepared. We have this challenge of the season at times feeling like it's really long, and now as the ending approaches, it's abrupt.
Going away as well is another thing we have to consider. It is going to be really tough, and I think it was good that we had a game between the Mohawk game and the Herkimer game to sort of regain our confidence. So then going into to this next game, we're just ready for it, and we'll give it our best shot, hopefully come out with a win.
It's a beautiful day, right? It's an opportunity for us to see how it goes and we end up winning the game. All right?
The most frustrating thing in the Herkimer game was probably the fact that we weren't able to get ourselves on the score sheet.
Today was not a good day. The team didn't perform well. I didn't perform well. It was frustrating. We are about to go to regionals. I think we have quality. I think we're gonna go far. I just think we have to help each other, keep our head up, and we'll see where we go from here.
Against Herkimer, on another day we definitely could have won it, even though it was 4-0. Which is a pretty convincing scoreline. I really think on another day, if we take our chances, maybe they miss a few, then we could have come out of there with a win.
With one game away from the end of the regular season, the Onondaga team is qualified for the regional tournament. But before that, the Lazers must focus on the last conference game against Tompkins Cortland. If the Blues win, they win the Mid-State Athletic Conference Championship, the second trophy of the year.
Yeah, the game against TC3 was the last game of our Mid-State Athletic Conference schedule. When a team plays the way that TC3 played, which is put a lot of numbers behind the ball and, frustrate you even when you get the goal to go ahead.
Jogámos contra uma equipa que era claramente abaixo do nosso nível. Jogaram o jogo todo fechado lá atrás. Estava difícil entrar o primeiro gol, mas a partir do primeiro o jogo abriu e foi marcar mais.
It's the end of the season right here. Just played TC3, we won 3-1. Feel good. Conference champions. Let's go. Hopefully on to regionals now next week. Come on, OCC Lazers.
1, 2, 3, Chaps!
Onondaga's Campus Connection. My name is Tyler. I hope you're having an amazing Friday. Last night, your OCC men's soccer team won the Mid-State Athletic Conference and are now qualified for the regional tournament of the NJCAA Division III. The first team they're going to face is Finger Lakes this upcoming Tuesday at Chuck Wilburn Field.
The regional tournament is broken down into two separate brackets. So we are in Pool A. Pool A, our first game will be against Finger Lakes Community College. And then if we're able to advance from that game, then we will play against the winner of Genesee and Fulton Montgomery. We're 2 games away from nationals right now. So all we have left is one game at a time. We have our semifinal game. Hopefully we advance. We have our final if we get to that point, and then we qualify for nationals, which is something this program has never done before. So it's this time of year is the most exciting for sure.
Before the big week of the regional tournament, the Lazers take a little time off the field to support another Lazer team.
Currently watching the first game of the men's basketball season. OCC are 40-29 up against Bryan and Stratton right now. It's good for us to watch these sort of games as it takes everyone's mind off the season that we're in at the moment. just something different to do instead of football all the time. So we like to support the other teams that are in the college, and as they've been watching us the whole season. But yeah, they're doing well at the moment. 45-37 right now. Everyone's just enjoying it. Who are they again? Brighton Stratton.
Number 15, Joseph.
Is there 7 minutes left of the first quarter?
We'll go after this. Jared Salmon at the line for the
Some good players in this team. Very good players. Who do you reckon is the best player? Who do you reckon is the best player?
15 for the Lazers. And then
I reckon, 23 is
10's
good.
good as well, no? 10's good. Yeah, those three are the best.
It's like they're the They're the front three right there, right for the basketball team.
With success on the basketball court, the OCC men's soccer team will try to do the same this Wednesday against Finger Lakes Community College for the semifinal of the regional tournament.
All we have now is 2 games. We come up against Finger Lakes first, a team that we've played before, that we've beaten before, but I don't think that means anything because if you look at their results from that time, they've had some really impressive results and they will have definitely improved. So we've got to be up for it because I know they will be.
Finger Lakes, a team that OCC once defeated, puts a difficult battle to a nightmare that the Lazers had a few weeks ago. Herkimer Community College.
It's game day at the Laser Stadium. OCC will play against Finger Lakes for the semifinal of the regional tournament. It's a beautiful day to play soccer. Players are ready, so make sure you show up to support your Onondaga team.
Here we go. Let the games begin. A great start of the game for the Lazers. Clearly on top with 80% of possession. Let's see if they can turn them into goals. Hughes gets it back, running into a dead end. Silva with space. He's got it. He scores! In the dying minutes of the first half. 1-0 Onondaga.
It's halftime, and the team is winning convincingly with the most possession of the ball. But they know that 1-0 in soccer is nothing, and the score can change very quickly if a mistake happens.
In the Finger Lakes game, I thought for sure our plan was really good, and then when we got into the match, it was working to perfection.
It's the second half. Score remains 1-0 Onondaga. Let's see if they can extend the lead. Bosak surveying his options. He's going to go to Serhi. Serhi looking to go on the left side. Left foot shot. Goalie got a hand on it. It rolled in! It rolled in! The hosts ahead 2-0 with just over 36 minutes remaining. No doubt who's the better team this game. Finger Lakes with a red card. They have been left with no option but to defend. Lasers are playing phenomenally so far. Webster on the left side for Onondaga. Lets it rip. He scores! That is such a tough shot to defend. It's 3 for Onondaga.
3-0, a huge score for a semifinal game, but the team wants more.
So it was a dominant performance start to finish. We controlled the game. Brilliant goal from Martim in the first half, and then we kicked on. They got a red card, unfortunate maybe. I don't know, I didn't see it. The referee reckons it was an elbow. And then kicked on, carried on into the second half. Brilliant goal from Sergey. Some guy scored an absolute worldie. I think his name was Adam Webster. And then yeah, we finished it off with another one. Absolutely dominant, brilliant performance. And we bounce on and we'll win the final on Sunday.
One is that performance that we put on today, the way that we played, how we dictated the game, that was the best soccer that we played in a long time. So really
With the other bracket game already played, the Lazers already know who they'll face in the regional final, Genesee Community College, the second best team in the country, with a 12-0 record and multiple national championships.
I think the team has come a long way since the start of the season. We have gelled really well as a team throughout the whole year as well, and I mean the performance the other night against Finger Lakes really showed that we're putting the hard work in training, and the celebration showed that as well. After the 4-0 win, boss man here with a big goal. Yeah, and I think we're going to do really well against Genesee, and I back our team fully.
Todo el equipo está unido y vamos a sacar este resultado el día domingo para ser campeones por primera vez.
Yeah, I think we're motivated. This was all like our plan in the beginning in August when we all came here. When Corey recruited us, he was like talk about regionals, then nationals. So like right now we're like a game away from regionals, a couple games from nationals, then we'll be champs. So that's the main purpose of being here.
It's an all we have mentality at that point. It's a nothing to lose mentality.
Away from national, 45 minutes, okay? And if we go extra time, and we do it then. But right now, we stay disciplined. We win the tackles, and we stay focused defensively, and we create our chances, and when we find our chance, we put the fucking thing in the back of the net, and we win the game. Come on.
That moment crushed me. I felt like everything just like caved in at once.
Não é um vídeo fácil de ver. Dá para ver pela minha reação quando vejo o golo. Não comecei a chorar, pronto, ainda havia jogo para jogar, mas já sabia que ia ser muito difícil conseguirmos marcar um golo para empatar pelo menos.
Just immediate sadness and disbelief and anything that a lot of negativity.
Obviously, we were all devastated, myself included. And I remember walking onto the bus, and seeing everybody's faces. And it reminded me of the first day of pre-season, walking onto the field and seeing everybody's faces back then. At the time, they were all strangers, But over the course of the 3 months, the experiences we've had together, the sequence of wins, the losses we endured and how we bounced back. And all I felt was proudness, All we had was 3 months to go from being strangers to being teammates, to being brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Octopus.
Smiling often can make you feel young. You know how you may know.
Even though we finished maybe not how we wanted to, you can't help but just be proud and look on the bright side of what we've achieved and the friends we've made for life.
For sure that this is always going to be a group that we look back at and say, whether or not we continue to take steps forward as a program or not, this is going to be an important part in the history of OCC men's soccer.
When we start this loop on repeat, hear my chest, how it beats when you put your hands on me. Time goes fast, but yet so slow. I leave a thought